All right, guys, what's up? It is Marston here. Mars, as you know me, Marston, as you know me. You know me. I love competition, and so I have not been sitting around doing nothing with my time. I actually haven't been. It sounded like I was setting up a joke. So I want to fill you in on the progress that I have made in Destiny 2. So much progress. So I started this season, pursuing. Okay, let me start over. I am interested in improving, as you know, based off of my last diary. And so I have been watching a sports psychology um, podcast called Finding Mastery. Could I literally have anything, a better title for me? I don't think so. Everything I want to do in this game is finding mastery, and it's finding, it's organic. It is not just becoming a master or something like that, which I would still probably listen to a little bit. But this is Finding Mastery by a sports psychologist, and I was listening to Steve Kerr, the coach of the Golden State Warriors, and he said, first of all, if you want a podcast on sports psychology, go no further on how to be a better athlete, how to be the best athlete that you can be. Watch this podcast, Finding Mastery by not Ricky Gervais, but it's called Finding Mastery on Spotify. This is not a paid advertisement at all. It is just he interviews the best of the best and goes, how did you do it? Let's learn. I love that approach. And so what Steve Kerr said was, what was really helpful was finding the four things that mattered most to me. And so I thought about it. And he said, and then he said, figure out how you're implementing them in your life, in your game. And so I thought about it, and one is genius. I want to look effortless out there. I want to look like I'm dancing. So that's one. So the goal is flow. I cannot do without it. Another one is unique. And I'm a little hesitant about this one. So maybe it's not a core, but basically I want to do it differently than the rest. So right now we have an SMG, the Immortal and Ikelos SMG meta. I'm not using that because it just doesn't interest me. And so my video messed up for a second there, but so uniqueness, genius, joy, very absolutely essential to me. And I forget what the last one is. But those were three. I'll come back and figure out the last one in the next video. And so uniqueness, I have a duality here and a 140 hand cannon. Anything that's not an SMG, in my opinion, is unique in this meta. You know what I mean? Genius, the goal is to flow, and that's very much informed by joy. And so those two inform each other. And so that helped me set out what do I really care about here. And then the other thing that I have been listening, that I noted from my listening, is that, you know what? I haven't been showing up. And that's the word that he uses, that whatever his name is, on Finding Mastery uses, showing up and seeing what happens. And, I have found too many reasons to not show up in my gaming, doing something else. And so I'm going to practice, when people, not when people need me, but I'm going to play the game. I'm every evening or when I can, and I have the free time, I'm going to be there and I'm going to play. And I have noticed that showing up which is something that I've been practicing, has slightly been taking away the joy, because maybe I don't want to play the game right now. You know what I mean? Like maybe I just want to fucking watch some Pokemon videos or whatever. Um, and another part is maybe other people don't want to play the game, right? Like maybe my friends aren't online, and so I find myself in control or quick play, and it's not as fun. And so showing up is less important than joy. And so, because as you know, joy is one of the core things that I must have. And so it's just about figuring out, how can I enjoy this and show up? How can I have a blast and play with the boys every night thereabouts, or play more often? And I will just share some results. Ever since I've thought of this notion of showing up, I am playing a lot better. My aim is solid, and so I'll see we'll see where it takes me. All right, guys. So let's talk about my loadout a little bit. I started messing around with control, and talking about unique. I think Strand Hunter is unique. I don't see that many Strand Hunters, but it's fucking broken, guys. With Stompies though, I don't use Woven Mail or whatever. I use Stompies, and that thing will just let me fly around the map like a nutso, like I'm nutso. Okay, so Stompy's strand is incredible. Having a blast just diving people. I don't even need to aim. I can just kind of dive and shoot them with the shotgun. And then the duality, I was using a precision point shotgun, but hitting the heads of people is tough when they are suspended by my Strand Hunter. So trials made me improve my loadout. I played against better players, and I realized what I was doing wasn't working. And so something had to change, right? And so I thought, okay, if I don't use a precision frame, I'm going to get a lot more kills. And so I went from precision frame to duality, and immediately the effectiveness went up. And then the uniqueness is, I was using Ace of Spades and a precision frame. And so I switched from Ace of Spades to Ostringer. And honestly, Ostringer feels incredible. Though I do miss my Ace of Spades. I'm not going to lie. There's something about Ace. But I'm also not going to lie. This build that I'm using now feels great. And I'm going to keep using it because I want to see what happens. And how far I can go. Oh, I came across a very good aim trainer. If you're interested in aim trainers, it is a BeatAim trainer. Very well done. It's called BeatAim. BeatAim, as in like the beat of a drum. And anyways, I gotta stop just like giving people free advertisement. But it's a great aim trainer if you want an aim trainer that does music, so it just holds your attention a little bit more. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And I'm going to go out with this final clip, which I think encapsulates everything I want to do. Flow, most important here. Joy, hopefully. And uniqueness. So I rewatched this clip that you're watching now, and it's not nothing special. And while I was editing, it made me think that I think I know what my fourth one is. And so I have joy, uniqueness, genius, and write your own book. I can tell you what I'm doing, and I can learn from sports psychologists, but at the end of the day, the journey matters so much more, and it's so much more fun when you write it yourself. This is my build, And I want to encourage you guys to play what you love. If you guys love this shit, hey, perform, pick up this build, learn it. It's not easy to learn, by the way. I'm just telling you right now, you're going to die. But you'll get there with this build and perform. That's fine. But I want to say to myself, write my own book. All right, guys. Peace.